Hi, Gert.
Hi, welcome to our booth in finally live Superbooth.
Yeah, the first time. Nice to be back, eh?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've got an absolute monster of a drum machine, right?
Over the years we accumulated a lot of know-how on how drum machines should sound and how drum machines should feel, and then we said, well, we must develop the most hands-on drum machine ever created. So PERKONS, Thunder in English, is the culmination of our know-how on drum machines, sound engine, digital oscillators going to analog filters, analog overdrive, effects and level obviously per drum. We have 4 voices which are mixed together in a master section with BBD, analog BBD with clock cancelling circuit, and compressor and master drive.
So is the BBD, is that a send to the BBD, or is
yes,
it over the whole mix? No.
If now external, each voice has its extensive connectivity, velocity sensitive trigger, send return per voice, and there are separate jack sockets, so you actually can use individual FX pedals per voice. So here you want to have on kick drum, you want to have some distortion, but on toms you maybe want to have reverb. All possible. If no pedal is connected here, it's sent to internal BBD. Also there is a velocity sensitive trigger, so basically you can play drum pads on top of sequencer or just as individual drum pads. And individual outputs if you want to pan each voice into mix when doing some studio work.
So in terms of mixing on board, is it just, it's all mono, right?
It's all mono, because output section is so complicated from analog design perspective that to make it, we dropped the idea of making it stereo, because that would really overcomplicate a thing. But what really sets it apart is a sequencer which runs all 4 voices simultaneously, and this makes PERKONS the most hands-on drum machine. You can simply do per step trigger entering, but there are hidden features like time divisions and time multiplications per step, different flavors of groove, play mode directions, or last step, for instance. Now you have 16 steps, you want some polyrhythms, just drag across the interface and you have a polyrhythmic thing. So this immediate interaction with the drum machine turns your performance actually into the show. So the musician actually plays the thing rather than tweaking a few knobs.
So is it just 16 steps maximum? Or?
No, because this one has pattern memory. At the moment, one pattern is saved, but as you save several patterns, you can chain them, like on our drum sequencer. So you can chain them in song mode or up to however steps you want. And also, this one has the most extensive, the first machine from Erica Synth that scans all interface, meaning that you can do parameter locks. For instance, if you have a closed hat running here, you just increase decay on specific steps on a hi-hat track.
So just by holding the step and then adjusting the parameter?
Exactly,
okay.
Yeah. If you turn down other voices.
Can you do it in a kind of recording mode as well?
Yeah, exactly. See, I now make increase here. Yeah. And then you can record tune by holding record button. And you basically can turn any voice into bassline as well.
So and is every single parameter lockable or like adjustable per step.
Exactly.
Right, okay.
Also, we have modulation matrix. When I go to modulation mode, you can select one of 8 destinations per voice, and you can select what's modulation depth. For instance, I want to modulate decay on hi-hat, so I select decay, 50% depth. If you want to modulate tune as well, I'll do it at 20% depth. And modulation can be free running or synced to BPM, and also it has phase shift in order to control modulation of all voices, like floating through. Besides that, this has extensive MIDI implementation. Every parameter is sent out as a MIDI message, and you can control entire interface from DAW externally via MIDI input as well.
Excellent. So I guess at this point we should probably hear it, right?
Yeah, we should hear it, and there is a person in Erica Synths who for last 2 months went to bed with PERKONS, and that's no surprise, is codec. So he will do that.